Hello guys, welcome to Learning with Prep Class. I am your tutor, Adindo. In this video, I will solve questions 86 to 90 from the Aqua Basic Science 2015 questions. After this video, you will have gained understanding on how to carefully select the correct answer when solving questions in basic science. It's usually fun having you guys around, and I know this video will be a worthwhile session. Do not forget to like and subscribe on our YouTube channel. You can go the extra mile of leaving a comment so we can communicate for effective learning. Without further ado, let's zoom in. Question 86. Red blood cells are able to circulate oxygen because they contain A. Nucleus, B. Cytoplasm, C. Hemoglobin, D. Erythrocytes. For us to carefully select the correct answer, we need to analyze all of the options and see which one best answers our question. Now we're talking about red blood cells. There is one thing the red blood cells contains that helps it to carry oxygen or circulate oxygen around the body. And that feature is also responsible for the redness of the blood. It is not nucleus, the nucleus is not the nucleus, neither is it the cytoplasm, but is the hemoglobin. So hemoglobin is what is responsible for the redness of the blood. It is also responsible for circulation of oxygen throughout the body. Erythrocytes is also another name for red blood cell. So our correct answer is hemoglobin. Let's look at this explanation for more conviction and understanding. Hemoglobin is a protein found in the red blood cells that carries oxygen in our body, in your body, and gives blood its red color. Hemoglobin in blood carries oxygen from the lungs or the gills to the rest of the body. So question 86, option C, hemoglobin is our correct answer. Let's look at the next question. Question 87. The female part of a flower is made up of A. Anther, filament, ovary, B. Stigma, style, ovary, C. Anther, stigma, ovary, D. Stigma, style, ovary. For us to carefully select the correct answer, we need to analyze all of the options and see which one best answers our question. The female part of a flower is made up of option A. Anther is not a part of the female part of the flower. When you're talking about anther, it has to do with the male part of the flower, and that annuls option A as our correct answer. Option B, stigma, style, ovary. This makes up the female part of the flower, and this is our correct answer. Option C, anther again, stigma, ovary. Anther doesn't make up the female part of the flower. Okay, option D is also looking similar with option B, so obviously it must be a mistake. So option B and option D are the same, so one of them can serve as our correct answer. Alright, let's look at this picture for better explanation. You can see it. This is the anther, the filaments, and the anther contains the pollen grain. So this is the male part of the flower, and it is together called the stamen. Now the female part of the flower, stigma, style, ovary, then the ovule. It contains the ovules. So this is the female part of the flower, and it is called the pistil. So the petal are the colored aspects. The receptacle holds the sepal, which together holds the whole of the flower. So our correct answer, stigma, style, ovary, is our correct answer. Let's look at the next question. Question 88. Which of these pollutants attack hemoglobin in the red blood cell? A. Carbon 2 oxide, B. Carbon 4 oxide, C. Sulfur 6 oxide, D. Nitrogen 2 oxide. For us to carefully select the correct answer, we need to analyze all of the options and see which one best answers our question. Now, one of these options attacks hemoglobin. And what does it do to hemoglobin? It takes off the oxygen in the hemoglobin. And if that continues, with the reduction of the oxygen in the hemoglobin, the individual might slump, and if not being administered to, the individual might die. And the option that does this is carbon 2 oxide, also known as carbon monoxide. You can find them in exhaust of generators and vehicles. So That's why when a generator is turned on, the exhaust has to be positioned in such a way that the smoke doesn't enter into the house. If it does, it can lead to death, because the carbon monoxide from the exhaust, if inhaled into the body, will compete with the hemoglobin for oxygen, and that can lead to reduction of hemoglobin, and in turn, the individual might faint and maybe pass on. Alright, let's look at this explanation. Inhaling carbon dioxide, also carbon monoxide, is dangerous because the gas binds to hemoglobin in the red blood cell to form carboxyhemoglobin. This displaces oxygen and reduces hemoglobin's ability to deliver oxygen to body tissues. So carbon dioxide is our correct answer. Question 89. The following body parts are involved in breathing except A. Diaphragm, B. Rib cage, C. Intercostal muscle, D. Abdominal muscle. For us to carefully select the correct answer, we need to analyze all of the options and see which one best answers our question. Now, in doing this, I'm going to be reading this explanation for us, and with that, we're going to select our correct answer. The diaphragm is a thin skeletal muscle that sits at the base of the chest and separates the abdomen from the chest. It contracts and flattens when you inhale, so it takes part in inhalation. This creates a vacuum effect that pulls air into the lungs. When you exhale, the diaphragm relaxes and the air is pushed out of the lungs. So the diaphragm is involved in breathing. The ribcage protects the organs in the thoracic cavity, assists in respiration, and provides support for the upper extremities. During inspiration, the ribs are elevated, and during expiration, the ribs are depressed. So during inhalation, the ribs elevate, and during expiration, the ribs depress. So the rib cage take part in inhalation. Intercostal muscles are many different muscle groups or muscles that run between the ribs and help from and move the chest wall. The intercostal muscles are mainly involved in the mechanical aspect of breathing. So all of these takes part in breathing, but the abdominal muscle doesn't have any feature in breathing. So our correct answer would be abdominal muscle because it doesn't take part in breathing. Question 90. These are uses of ICT except replacement of local banking with electronic banking. B. Sending and receiving information across the globe. D. Reduction of human movement from mobile phones. C. Enhancement of good interpersonal relationship. So for us to carefully select the correct answer, we need to understand the question and analyze the options and see which one best answers our question. Now, ICT is information communication technology, using technology to bring about information communication. So option A, replacement of local banking with electronic banking, that's a use of ICT, so it's not our correct answer. Sending and receiving information across the globe, that's a major function of the ICT, and that is not our correct answer. Reduction of human movement through mobile phones. So yeah, ICT helps to reduce human movement. So instead of going from one place to another, you can use your mobile phone to check out what you should have left your house and boarded the bus to go for. So it helps in reduction of human movement. Option D, enhancement of good interpersonal relationship. ICT does not enhance good interpersonal relationship because you will not get to see or communicate with the person one-on-one, like have a live communication where you can see the facial expression, you can laugh, hold hands, and carry out other relationship features. The use of ICT is not to enhance good interpersonal relationship. So the correct answer is option D, enhancement of good interpersonal relationship. This is how far we can go with this video. I hope we had fun. Our answers came out quite easy when we analyzed the options. I'm using this time out to ask us to join our WhatsApp group using this link below so we can get updates on more videos to come, and we can ask questions and comment on the previous videos we've seen. It was fun having you guys around till I come your way again. Bye!